Okay, hi guys. So I have no idea when else I'm going to be able to do this review. I finished reading this, and the reason I got this, the Golden Children's Bible, is because I have a leather-bound pink version. It's a King James version. I thought I could handle reading like the thee, thy, thou, whatever format, and I can't. Like after 200 pages of that, like I feel like my brain's gonna explode. I don't know. I just like can't grasp it. It's like confusing me so much. The Bible in itself is still confusing to begin with. And it's just like, oh my God. This made it so much more digestible, but it's still, a lot of parts are still confusing. This is like barely the meat and the potatoes that it gave me. Like I already know, but it did help me understand a lot. I've been wanting to understand the Bible probably for like a year now. Almost like a full year that I've like actually committed to like wanting to understand it, because I want to know like how people take a lot of things out of context and just like use random verses just for like random things. And so that's why I started my journey of reading this. And it's amazing because look at the cover, the front, gorgeous. And then like the table of contents is pretty. Like the day of creation, like everything is pictures. You guys know that I love comic books, and I think like pictures, especially with the Bible, makes everything so much more digestible and readable. Looks like that, literally. Like it's literally the meat and the potatoes. Some parts are actually more like have more information, but like this is probably like as much text as you're gonna get per 2 pages. Like it's so good for you. Like this is like the perfect Bible. This is probably as kid friendly as it's gonna get. It still talks about like what Judas did to himself. Like I'm not gonna say the word, but it still talks about things like that. This I feel like left me with more questions than answers. I feel like one of them being, if it's against, remember, I'm only using this for context, so I don't know what else the actual full Bible is going to tell me. So I'm asking from this reference, okay? So keep in mind. One of them is, I have like a million questions, but like one of them is, also I have to say before I get lost, this is an amazing, I give it like an amazing review. One of my questions is, if we're not supposed to like follow astrology and things like that, then why was it so important that the 3 wise men were like tracking Jesus' star? Like, I don't understand that. It did not go into detail at all in this. It just like briefly mentioned it. Like, why did we all of a sudden start caring about like a star? Like what? They mentioned like Jesus' star in the night sky or something like that. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, Jesus has a star? And then it's like, what does that mean? Like, I thought we were not supposed to care about astrology. To me, that's caring about astrology. Like, I don't know about you, but that's literally that. What else do I have questions about? I noticed that a lot of the parts where Jesus is involved is he'll like do something like out of thin air, kind of like perform this miracle here like it's nothing, perform this miracle here like it's nothing, with the follow-up of like where is your faith? He would say that like where is your faith? Like, of course this can be done or whatever. And that little blurb makes me think about like, was Jesus really trying to tell us that we can do anything ourselves? That it's not just him that can do it, but he was the example to show us that we can do those things, like miracle healings or whatever. But it has to obviously be done through the Holy Spirit and through like the Spirit of God. Does that make sense? Do you see what I'm saying? As long as we have it with that good intention, that intention that it's coming from God, then we can do anything. That's literally what I'm getting from that, because it's not like Jesus was going to physically be here forever, like physically in the physical world. Do you know what I mean? Like him in a physical body to always be healing everyone at this point. Like, we would have an overpopulation problem because everybody would be healed and nobody would be dying if Jesus was resurrecting everybody 5 days after they died. And it's just like overpopulation problem because then no one's dying and no one's sick and it's just like a perfect utopia, you know? Then it's just like crazy. I feel like it's just crazy. I feel like that's the message that I got, that we are able to do that stuff through, you know, Jesus's consciousness and his power, or through God's power, even though it's technically kind of the same. I just came back from Barnes and I was looking through the Bibles. There's one that I really want to get from Amazon. It's like a chronological one, and they didn't have it at my Barnes. I want to see it physically first. I'm very like, I have to have it hands-on first. I need to see it first, because all the other ones there, like the King James version, like I can't anymore. Like I can immediately know, like I can't, because of the words of like thee, they, thou, whatever. I just can't do it. Like it's so confusing to me. So I was looking at the Christian Standard ones and like the Catholic ones. Those looked a little bit more appealing, but a lot of the setups I didn't like of them. It's just so hard and tedious choosing one that I really like. The pink one that I have, the leather bound one, would be perfect if it was just written in the standard English, like the legible English. What else was I going to say about this? Never once did it mention Lucifer. It did mention Satan, but I'm so confused. Like, I don't think those are the same beings anymore. What else? I literally didn't write any of this down that I should have mentioned. What else did I want to talk about? I wanted to talk about, what was the part called when he would like transfigured himself? That part was very interesting and beautiful. I also, you guys, like I did go to church a lot when I was a kid, and even like in high school and stuff, but like I feel like we don't really pay attention. Like, you know, like when we grow up, our brains like develop, and I feel like you see things differently, you understand things differently. So now I like understand, because it flowed, because I read it cover to cover, and I want to do that with like the actual, like the full size one, but that's like a lot of work. And I'm probably, by the time I get to page 500, I'm not even going to remember what was in page 50. Like, to be honest, this is the most complicated book and the most complex book ever written. Literally, like, take Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, all of those, Game of Thrones, every character in that, multiply it by like 100 and then add steroids to that, and that's literally like what the Bible is. There's like a million different locations. I have no idea what's going on. There's like a million different people, literally more than a million names listed. It's insane. Like, I can't keep track of all of that. It's just like, you can't, like, you just can't. And then I saw a video of this guy that read the Bible in like 1 week, and I was like, did you understand anything that you just read? I don't know, maybe he did, but like, I don't think I could. Like, literally, I can read like 300 pages max in a day, but like in the Bible, no, it would take me longer. This took me longer to read because it's dense information. Whenever something's dense information, that's non-fiction, that's not fiction, it just like takes me longer to read. I don't know what it is, but like my soul just knows that it needs to digest the information longer. I don't know what else to say about this. Oh, the one part that like really took me out, I really like, can you guys tell me in the comments what this is about? This, like, what is this? The coming of the Holy Spirit. Did it really look like that? Like, what is that? I don't see real life accounts of people having that experience, of seeing that. There appeared to them tongues of flame which sat upon each of them, and they were all filled with the Holy Spirit and began to speak in other languages as the Spirit led them to speak. Now there were living in Jerusalem Jews, devout men from every nation under heaven, and when this news spread, the multitude came together and were confounded, because every man heard them speak in his own language. They were all amazed and marveled, saying, behold, are not all these who speak Galileans? How is it that each of us hears his own language from where he was born? Like, what is that about? The little red flame. That's so interesting and cool. I don't know what else to say. Like, there's so many questions that I have. This could be like a 2-hour, like a podcast, honestly. Let me know what your experiences are of reading the entire Bible in the comments, please, because I want to know. Like, what did you guys learn? I was on a Google Reddit thread, of like what people learned from reading the whole Bible, and a lot of it was negative comments, honestly. Like people did not have a good experience reading it. It was just from the thread that I read on Reddit, okay? Maybe a lot of people in real life that never posted stuff about that had a great experience, but like I was like, oh wow, like that's very interesting. A lot of people had very negative reviews about it. Reading it cover to cover. And honestly, like the Old Testament, like I can't. Like it's too much. It was too much. Like reading it like the actual book is too much. And then reading it here, it was still too much. Like it just feels so barbaric and brutal. And it's just like, it like, honestly, not to burst your bubble, it does not feel like God. It feels like a God, but not the God. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. It really does not feel like God to me. And I've always said that about the Old Testament. I'm like, it does not feel like God. It could be like a God, I don't know, freaking a Anunnaki being, or like I don't even know. And it was an ET for sure, or something. And then like towards, also like the Old Testament talks about a lot of these like gods, like the evil gods. And then I didn't know that the Greeks like actually worshiped like Diana and like all this stuff. Like I kind of knew, but like I didn't know like to this extent. And it was just crazy seeing that. Like they did not accept Jesus at all. It was so crazy. A lot of them literally like don't even believe in him. It is wild. Like this is very polarizing, and I can see why it starts like so many wars and stuff. I can't. It's just crazy. I honestly feel crazier having finished reading this than I did before reading it. Like, because I have so many like, how do you know what's the truth? Do you know what I mean? Like, how do you know what's the truth? I have no idea. Okay, I don't know what else to say, guys. I'm so tired, and I'm just gonna post it like this.